Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp. And today we're going to be looking at how those odds have been acting up for the game between the St. Louis Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. How you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All righty, my man. So the Cards came into this one being favored by a full touchdown. But since then, that line shed that half a point, and now the majority of the sites out there are favoring them by only 6.5 points. I'm liking that number right now, but what do you think, Jordan? Where do you see that number closing out?
Yeah, I think probably 6.5 is a reasonable expectation for this game. The Rams may be getting a little more love than normal just because of their game last week. But I think I think you're probably right. 6.5 points on the Arizona Cardinals right now is actually probably a really good value, and just continues this narrative that we've seen the entire season, that the Arizona Cardinals yet again are undervalued and no one really believes in them. Yet they're record-wise one of the best teams in the league right now. So. I think the Rams are obviously a lot better. I've been trying to tell people before the season started that the Rams are going to be a lot better than a 2 or 3 win football team, and they've proven that. But against the Cardinals here in Arizona, no chance. I'm wagering on the Rams. This is definitely an Arizona Cardinals game, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, just look at the factors right now. I mean, yeah, they did win that game against the Niners last week and all, but still, they have those indecisive issues right now where we don't know what to expect from this team. I mean, they've been trying pretty much everything to see if they can get something going. And the Cardinals, I mean, last year they were left out of the playoffs with a 10-6 record. So I'm definitely sure that they're going to do everything possible to win as many games as they can, just to make sure that they can actually get their spot to make it to the playoffs.
Well, at this point, it looks like they're going to win that division and get a bye. So, I mean, they're doing pretty good for themselves right now. And they've been doing it not even arguably, they've been doing it in the best division in football right now. So, I mean, if that isn't telling enough, I don't know what is. And like I said, the Rams, the only reason they're not a good football team is because their offense, and they can't get their offense going. And they obviously lost Sam Bradford again this year. Yeah. And obviously, I think the Cardinals, they have played the easier half of their schedule by far. I mean, they had a 3-week span where they played, Washington, Oakland, and Philadelphia. And then, last week, obviously, against the Cowboys without Tony Romo. So yeah. They haven't exactly had the hardest schedule. And after this week, they do have a stretch run of 2 weeks in a row where they're going to play Detroit and Seattle. So, there are still the book is definitely still out on the Cardinals. Don't get me wrong, because they are like literally probably the worst secondary in the entire league right now. So they're not without fault. Don't get me wrong, but they are record-wise the best team in football right now. So you can't really argue with that until they lose a game, and they've won 4 weeks in a row. So, and I don't think they're going to lose this week. So
yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. I mean, the way that they've been playing so far, they're actually playing as a unit. They're actually playing as a real team, and I think that speaks a lot better, than just having one good player in your team. This team is comprised, by a lot of veterans and a lot of guys that are really trying to prove themselves. I mean, look at Carson Palmer. He just got paid. And look at Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, everybody was doubting that, if it's his time, he's pretty much down the road and he's done over and done. But, he's been putting up good numbers, not the best ones out there, but the team is still working as a unit. They're working together. And I think that that's what's going to help them win more games. And in this case, with the -6.5 line, I really don't see that as a risk. I actually think that they can maybe win this game by a couple touchdowns.
This is something that I think has gone under the radar at least a little bit this year as well. They have lost a lot of talent on that defensive side. And as I said, their secondary is not playing good, mostly I think because of their safeties more so than their corners. But, I mean, they have 400-year-old Larry Foote playing inside linebacker right now, playing good for them. I mean, like, they have literally just not lost a beat despite their defensive injuries and suspension and everything. So, the Cardinals are strong, and I think Bruce Arians has been doing very good things for this team. And despite, like I said, the fact that their pass defense is pretty bad, I don't think that means that they can't improve upon that, especially in later in the season, because Patrick Peterson's, I think, a good corner. Antonio Cromartie's a good corner. They just need to improve that safety play. And this team is NFC championship game worthy. I think they could get a bye and win a game in the playoffs and be right there. So the test will tell. They do have some tough games remaining battle this season, so that'll obviously be a test. But I agree with you. I think 6.5 points right now with the Cardinals is a pretty good bargain.
Yeah, I guess we got to wait and see what happens with the tougher teams down the road. But yeah, I mean, for right now, I think that the 6.5 is the way to go. Anyways, my man, it's a pleasure talking football with you. Look forward to doing it again soon.
All right, thanks, Dax.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.